Welcome back to the channel, guys. This thing here is the S25 Ultra. It's connected via USB-C to HDMI to, well, this thing here is 6.9 inches. And this thing here, this thing is rather huge. It's a 48, almost 50 inches of a TV. I also connected my mouse, my keyboard, and also my DualSense controller, and I'm using the highest available settings for CarX. Also, via Multistar, I'm using the highest available resolution for DEX. And now we're going to test the S25 Ultra, how good it is. It's a gaming machine, but not game just on a lame 6.9 inches of a screen. Yeah, let's do it properly on an almost 50 inches screen. To put some perspective, let me show you how big my screen is in reality. So this thing here is my gamepad. This is the car from CarX that you usually see on the 6.9 inches of a screen, but take a look here. Alright, so this thing here, guys, is a real gaming and performance test. Down below you can see the indication, and now let's fire it up. Now, as you can see, I'm using the latest CarX. Now this Snow thing throttled my Xiaomi 15 with the Snapdragon 8 and it also killed my iPhone 16 Pro Max, both really beast of a phones. By the way, let me show you something very important, guys. This is the device that I'm using. So it is the Maytag Hi I'm a Flower device. So this is my USB-C with the HDMI and the USB port. By the way, this thing is only 5 gigabits per second, which means that it only supports 4K at 30 FPS, and I'm running this right now on my big fat ass 4K TV. So this is why you're gonna see 30 FPS, because I'm kind of sure the S25 Ultra is even able to get more. But take a look at this, is just insane. Now just see like how big this thing is, guys. This is absolutely crazy. This really is proper gaming, because who's gonna game on a 6.9, right? Let's do this. And you can see how smooth everything is, guys. Even with the 30 FPS, I've pumped up the graphical settings to the highest available. You know, why am I doing this video, guys? Because, you know, a lot of the guys are just doing Antutu and benchmark, and of course I'm gonna do the same, like I'm not so much different. But just think about this, guys. I'm using Samsung DEX, right? So this here is run on a Samsung DEX on the S25 Ultra. So just imagine having this sheer power, this brutal force in your pocket, guys. You can understand this is absolutely insane. So not only, of course, for work and productivity, but also why not sometimes just enjoy some smooth gaming. And as you can see, this ain't that bad at all, right? Now you can see I'm gonna do some turns here, like all the effects and all the shadows. Now, why I'm saying this, when you play on a small screen, guys, everything looks so nice. Even, you know, if it's not, let's say, WQHD or 4K. But the real problems are when you hook it up to a big screen, because then, you know, your own eye is going to be able to see every little piece of a texture and also imperfection. Now, take a look at this, like, hey, CarX, guys, you forgot to draw the bottom of a cars, or let's say, where is the texture there? Now, I don't see any texture, right? And that's what I'm saying, guys. If you want to really see how powerful a phone is, like the S25 Ultra or any other phone, just hook it up. You know, if the bigger the screen, the better. Hook it up, right? And then you're gonna see what the phone is gonna able to do. Now, again, I wanna say this, I have a limitation of only supporting 30 Hz on my USB-C HDMI dongle, right? Which means that I'm not even able to get more than 60 FPS. You know, with a 30 Hz refresh, I'm kind of limited to 4K 30. I can go and do 60 if I disable the high-end resolution from DEX, that I am going to do, just of course to make sure that I'm fully testing not only my phone, right, which I'm pretty happy with the performance, but also test this thing, what was it, Maytag Flower thing that I bought like for like 15 euro. Honestly, I'm super impressed with the performance, and I'm not sure if you can just imagine a tiny phone, like, okay, it's a big phone, but a tiny form factor with 6.9 inch with Snapdragon 8 to be able to output at almost 50 inches. I think it's 48 inches, you know, my Philips TV at 4K resolution, you know, with this insane graphics. I think here, guys, this is a proper use case. And from what I see on the screen, this is definitely not worse than a PlayStation 3 or maybe even 4, because, okay, it probably cannot match still, you know, like with the big AAA games, although, of course, some of them got ported, like Resident Evil. Honestly, this is super impressive, guys, and I'm gonna do some donuts. What I'm gonna do right now in my S25 Ultra, I'm going to disable the high-end DEX resolution, because I want to see if I do 1080p, you know, am I able to get like 60 Hertz and then of course also 60 FPS? So even if your GPU card is able to render 60 frames per second, if you only have, you know, like something that supports 30 Hertz, you're gonna get like 30 times in a second, right? So of course this is going to cap your performance, but right now from what I see, this is nothing less but absolutely, guys, this is crazy. Because, you know, I never really played CarX with the S25 Ultra on my big screen. I did play though on my 32 inches of a monitor, but this thing here is 48 inches. One more time, guys, take a look, right? Take a look, right? Take a look. See how tiny my controller is. Alright guys, I'm back in my DEX environment. And the cool thing about it is that my phone is even not so hot. So now I'm gonna start Good Luck. By the way, new fancy Good Luck manager with new animations. There are nice things you can go and check. I did some videos. I'm gonna go now inside Multistar. Here guys, I love DEX, you know, like we love DEX. What I'm going to disable right now is high resolutions for external display. And I'm gonna leave that on, like run many apps at the same time. So now I'm going to reconnect my phone and hopefully this time be able to get 60 FPS and blow my brain and hopefully your brains out. Alright guys, I'm now back inside DEX and as you can see the resolution is lower and I now hope to get 60 FPS with this thing I bought. Again, it's the Natick Flower. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing, but if you want to do 4K 60 guys, you need something that will support not 5 Gbps but 10. Alright, let's see now. And we can, by the way, see, or I can see with my own eyes, like how crappy the resolution is now. And I was right guys, I was almost able to get the sweet 60 FPS. You can see with your plain eyes, I hope, as I'm shooting this video in 4K, how crappy this resolution is. So now you just give me one phone that has stock something like DEX and stock something like Multistar, where you can just go and crank it up and get 4K on an external display, guys. Because this thing for gaming might be something huge, specifically if you're into emulation. We are not really obliged to play all the new games, so if you want to do retro games, you know, from the console generations 1, 2, 3, probably even 4, and you can probably emulate all of these crazy good things like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, PlayStation 4, I guess as well, you know, Switch emulation and Nintendo emulation and whatnot. So yeah, you can see guys, this is just so good, and I'm happy to report that the Natick Flower is for sure able to support 60 Hz, okay, 60 FPS. Now, some of the textures still look kind of crappy, but you know, for the sake of the video, I'm standing just 1 meter from my TV away. If I now move to where I usually sit to game, like 4 meters away, 3-4 meters, I can tell you guys, this is going to be still stunning. But I can see with my own eyes that the resolution decreased. So if you ask me, yeah, why not? I'm willing to go 4K and probably just use 30 FPS. But if you play other games like strategic or turn-based games, then this thing can for sure be, yeah, very nice. You can see, you know, like even in this resolution, all the textures are there and all the colors and the reflections and the lightnings and the fireworks. Remember guys, this update from CarX almost killed my Xiaomi 15 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So I'm super impressed that the S25 Ultra is able to run it. Now maybe there were some updates because I tested it like almost like a month and a half ago. But honestly, what I see right now is just impressive. One more time, if you're tuning in right now guys, this is my DualSense controller, alright? Just take a look how big this is, and I'm just giving this for perspective so that you can really compare. I have a feeling I can just put this in the car like somewhere and it's gonna sit there, you know, like this is really big guys. 48 inches hooked up to the S25 Ultra, all the lights, all the textures, you know, the gameplay between 40 to 55 FPS. It's absolutely amazing, right? No issues and no stutters. This game is really a very good game and it's a lot of high-end graphics. Some people are saying that it's not optimized for Android, it's not optimized for iOS, but I could not care less because it really runs sweet. It really runs good guys. And if you enjoy videos like this, where I often walk the extra mile for you guys, and of course for my sake, you're more than welcome to check some of my previous videos guys. And thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, VST over and bye.